Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
Hello everyone and welcome. Crash here. This is RTA Motorsports and we're still kind of struggling to get everything ready in time. But we are going to be doing the IMSA, let's see, the, always mess this up, the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge with the Audi TCR. It's going to be at Mazda Raceway Leguna Seca, which is no longer Mazda Raceway. I thought it was WeatherTech Raceway Leguna Seca, but in iRacing at the top corner, it still says Mazda Raceway Leguna Seca. Let me just finish getting everything pulled up. We're actually going to be changing our streams dramatically soon. I'm still working on it. We're going to be changing over to Streamlabs, and that should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of widgets and things that we're going to be putting on the screen. So I'm very excited about that. And it's been fun just kind of setting everything up, but we didn't get it set up in time for today's stream. Hopefully for next stream it should be up. We're also going to be working on the video for the HP Reverb that should be coming out this week. Hopefully, if all goes well. And yeah, so we are like running with no practice, unfortunately. And the race should be starting now. So that should be fun. That should be a lot of fun. Let's see. We are running a baseline setup. We still don't have a setup. Not really good at making setups, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's switch this over so you can see what we're going to be looking at. Of course, we hopefully... I had a weird error pop up on the screen, but hopefully we should have the motion rig working. And let's see, Norman Robinson, how's it going, buddy? It should have already alerted us to join the race session. There we go. Okay. But yeah, if the motion rig's not working, that is no big deal. I'm not going to really worry about that too much today. The main thing is let's... Best of luck. I need all the luck I could get. The main goal is really to just finish the race. It's going to be our first race we're doing at Laguna Seca with the Audi TCR. We did a lot of practicing, I want to say, not yesterday, but the day before. I also need to get my sound mixer because it was hooked up to our other system here when I was doing the dual PC streaming. I do need to get my soundboard mixer, a bunch of wires cleaned up. Everything's kind of like, not a mess, but everything's all over the place. I got kind of like a spider web behind the monitor of just wires as I'm switching things over, and we're going to be changing the stream over to OBS, SimLabs OBS with all the widgets and everything like that. Should be able to track the latest subscriber, donations, all that. Everything should be tracked very neatly, so I want it to look a lot more professional and clean, and also give you guys recognition for when things happen during stream. I looked up so many videos of it, and it looks so cool, and it looks like a lot of fun, so hopefully you guys enjoy that once we go live there with that. Let's see, let's change this over. And... all right. I didn't really pay attention to how much time we have left for the practice session here, but historically we may not get out on track for that long. Ooh. This car really takes a few laps to get the tires feeling
Left side.
somewhat normal.
Clear on the left.
But once the tires kind of heat up, this car is actually a lot of fun. And it feels pretty darn hooked. But it is different. It's a front-wheel drive car, even though the platform normally for Audi is all-wheel drive. It is a front-wheel drive car in the Audi TCR. It does respond differently, and I know there's a lot of people that do have issues with that. It responds very differently than you would normally expect with a lot of the race cars that we're used to. Again, we do have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle slippers on my my very quick racing shoes. I didn't feel like throwing on my racing sneakers, so we're just wearing the house slippers, and I don't care. I've actually had a lot of luck in these. Typically, whenever we wear them, we always finish in the top 5, so they're kind of like my lucky racing sneakers. This car is so crazy. Spinning the tires in 4th gear. My gosh. Alright, so this is the qualifying session. We do need to take this pretty seriously. There's a lot of people in this race session. And we don't want to be in the back. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crashing. It is a License C class race. Even though you do have a lot of mixed licenses in there. For instance, we're A license. You're going to have people of all different licenses kind of joining in. But if you are a C license or better, you definitely want to check this series out. I've been enjoying it. I know some people, it's kind of like love it or hate it. I've been loving it. First lap, we're just really trying to get some heat in the tires. Take it nice and easy around the track. See a few more people joined in. Hello and welcome.
Green, green, green. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Trying to be nice and easy with the car. I do want to start messing with adjusting the brake bias in this car. You can see we're nowhere near our normal fastest lap time, but we had no practice today. So I'm just trying to get a lap time down for this opener. And then we'll try to go at it a little bit more. Aggressively next lap. That was a good line through there. We're a little over two seconds
One more lap.
slower than we normally are. That was a 135, 186. Be a little bit more aggressive with this one here. I don't know why I downshifted there. Come on, crash. So it doesn't look like the motion rig is actually wanting to work. I was having some errors that were popping up on the screen. My fault. I started them at in the wrong order, really. Supposed to start the rig first before starting the sim. So I exited the sim, restarted the sim, but it was still angry at me for whatever reason. We're still slower than our fastest lap time, but it's by a little over than a second. I'll take that. 133.927. Our fastest lap time was a 132.746. Our optimal lap time is a 131.687. I know there was a lot of people going much faster than that. Looks like so far we're qualifying 4th, which is not bad. I'll definitely take that, but we do have some time left in this qualifying to get kicked out of that spot. I do count on a lot of people kind of not putting a time down because this car feels so differently than so many of the other cars that are in iRacing that that may actually cause an issue for a lot of people. Remember to keep the power on feathered through the turn in front-wheel drive cars. Okay, yeah, because you don't... I agree, it's very different feeling as compared to all-wheel drive or wheel drive. Definitely, yeah. And I do notice, like, if you're feathering the throttle, you can kind of get around the turn. I tend to want to come, like, almost off throttle or you know, or I tend to come on the power too soon and too much, which causes the car to almost, like, understeer with the stock setup and just push. So it is very different. I'm still learning it. Looks like we're still gridding 4th. Looks like the fastest lap time is a 132.481, which is around our fastest lap time. So, you know, props to them. I know I've seen practice sessions where they were a lot faster than that. Why not B? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. Oh, why not VR? Only just because we had to jump in the stream real quick before the race. This race is every 2 hours. It's scheduled. And I was planning on joining this race. I was still messing with Streamlabs OBS to try to change up our stream. I ran out of time. But yeah, we're going to be doing... Actually, hopefully by the end of this week, the HP Reverb review is going to be done. So there's going to be... You're going to get your fill of VR in that video, hopefully. But yeah, I do both. I definitely do both. We go back and forth. And I don't always stream my monitor like this, too. We go back and forth through, you know, streaming the screen versus doing it this way. I tend to like to do it this way because it almost feels like, I don't know, when I'm watching it back, kind of like we're in the car type situation, but... Looks like we did grid. We did qualify 4th out of 17 cars. It's going to be 17 cars this one. Looks like after the 9th or the 9th place car onward didn't actually put a lap down. So it could be potentially pretty messy, or they're trying to keep their safety rating up, and they just didn't want to put a lap down and start out back. That's, you know, a common thing a lot of people try to do. If you're ever wondering what type of app we're using for our phone here, this is Sim Dashboard. I love it. Absolutely love it. The community does make a lot of really, really cool dashboards for all different cars. This is actually just a screen of this race car, the RS3. Let's see. Shame. Well, let's see if... Yeah, it's good without VR now. I'm not. With VR, I do have better spatial awareness. I do miss when I'm racing in VR, being able to see my rig and being able to see everything. So I do like both, and I do like racing in both. But I tend to be faster and better in VR due to just the depth perception is better, of course, and I tend to have better spatial awareness. So, yeah. But going back to monitor was a little bit of a transition for me. Look at that paint job on that guy's car. That is awesome. Purple wing, yellow wheels. I don't think our car is as loud, but that thing looks pretty darn cool. I could see myself following this series, so I think we're probably gonna maybe have to visit what is the name of that application, that website where you can get custom liveries and whatnot? Paint something. I keep forgetting it. Hopefully the stream quality is actually doing good. We just updated our Windows to the newest 1902, so hopefully that works out pretty good. I heard there was some optimizations specifically for people who stream. It's not necessarily for streamers, the update, but we do get some benefits out of it. There's some CPU and thread optimizations in this update. If you're on the Ryzen 3rd gen like we are, you do have all those cores and threads, you definitely get some benefit from it. I do left foot brake, so you're going to see my left foot on the brake, as a lot of us do left foot brake. I got a few weird questions about that one time. Why am I left foot braking?
Pace car is off.
I find a lot more control with left foot braking. I don't drive my normal car this way, of course.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go, a half-hour race session.
Left side. Clear on the left. Left side.
He's holding that
Clear.
line. Oh, little bump there. Got a good draft going. These cars draft really, really well.
Car on your left. Clear. Car on your left.
Trying to leave everyone room.
Keep to the right. Still there. Clear on the left.
Until we get some heat in the tires, and it's a half-hour race, so things happen with these cars. So I'm not going to sweat the first lap. Looks like I got hit in the rear. Got a car contact. It was 0 times though, so no appreciable damage there. Oh, come on, buddy.
Car on your left. Keep to the right. Keep to the right. Clear.
Oh, come on. He's holding us up big time. And I think it's because he's overdriving a little bit.
Car on your left.
Oh,
left
we
side,
cut.
go left. Clear on the left. They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained. You're back in 4th position.
I think I might have tapped him. I tried to avoid him and go off, but I think I might have tapped him. Darn it. That stinks. Can't believe I did that. Hey, what's going on? Ah! Hey, Pops. The view for the tube. So currently in 4th. We're in a little bit of a hole. The guys ahead are pretty far ahead. Kind of feel the tires sort of giving out a little bit. I counted as off track. We were just a little bit too far in. No texting and driving. Yeah, right? Go. We got ourselves pulled around there. Nicholas Bunethal is behind us, about a second and a half, or 1.2 seconds back, I should say. The lead cars are about 11 seconds ahead. 16 for the first place car. We are just running the baseline setup. Woo! Nicholas is now 0.3, 0.2, 0.1 seconds back. He pulled us in very well. Barely held that in.
On your left.
It looks like Nicholas is going to make a move now.
Still there. Stay on the right. Still there.
Ooh.
Clear.
Matthew Castle pushed me out of the way pretty good. No contact there, but let's see if we can catch back up to him, have some fun with him for a little bit. Feel the brakes are not as good as they were. we pulled ourselves right off track there. You're making mistakes now.
You're back in fifth.
There we go. Hey everyone, let me know what the audio levels sound like. If everything sounds pretty good or not. Woo! Was a 132.66. So currently 5th place. A lot of brake pressure there. Get this thing to stop at the same level it was before.
Left side, clear.
if you have one tire off and then you get on the throttle, the car will pull you right off into the dirt. See how he had to jump back in because he was being pulled out into the dirt. Still learning this car.
Right side. Clear on the right. Right side. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right.
There we go. Let's see if we can pull in this guy ahead. This car is just burning the tires on corner exit. You can just feel it trying to claw.
You're back in fourth position.
Almost lost the rear there a little bit. Come on, buddy. A lot of debris on the windshield. So far, we are in fourth place. Let's see what the last lap. 133.490. That's, yeah, it's some 132s, but seems to be kind of where we hang out is 133s during the race. The occasional 132 here and there. Man, if you get on the throttle too early, you just feel that car getting pulled to the outside. I would love to feel this car with a good setup, like a purpose-built setup for a specific track. We are pulling in the car ahead just a little bit. He was around 5 seconds. Now he's about 3.5 seconds ahead. Still got 11.6 gallons of fuel left. I really got to get it sucked into that apex a little bit more. I think I have a little bit of aero damage because he's pulling me on the straights. Last lap was a 1:33.563, again, right in the middle of the 1:33s again. Normally don't go down the fourth gear for that turn, but I think we kind of messed it up, to be honest with you. That one was not too bad. Car ahead's 3.3 seconds ahead now. He got us 3.5 seconds, 3.6. He's just, that last turn, I think he's just better at executing. Last lap again, 1:33.5. That was a little bit smoother. Ah, darn. I didn't slow down enough. I didn't get it into the apex, and we ended up kind of losing it a little bit. That's definitely going to cost me in time pulling in the third place car. See if we can get third place. Tom Jones, what's going on? The SMPC, what's going on? Thank you for joining in. So far it's been pretty darn popular. A lot of people entering the races, but you know, that's the new car effect. It's very much a love it or hate it car, though. It's very different than most other race cars, so I think for me that's what makes it popular. It feels so different. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna get bored of it anytime soon, you know what I mean? Almost got an off track, we didn't know. I really hope it does take off because I plan on following this series.
You've got the white flag. That means one more lap to go.
I think it's very fun. I think what they need to do is include the other cars, and I'm sure they have probably future plans to if this does take off. That being the Hyundai and the Honda. Seconds flat. We pulled him in a little bit, but I think it's a little too late. Unless he makes a miraculous mistake. I don't know if we're actually going to catch him 2.8 seconds ahead. .7 seconds ahead. We ended up getting an off track right at the end there. Trying to catch him, he was 1.6 seconds ahead, but there's a checkered flag, so the race is over. We ended up finishing fourth.
There's the checkered flag.
Qualified fourth, so we finished exactly where we were.
Great job. You did really well.
There was kind of a crummy situation early in the race. We accidentally coming down the hill on the backside of Leguna Seca. Guy was kind of, I don't want to blame him too much, but he was kind of stopping really short, really hard. We were kind of stuck behind him, kept trying to go around him. He was kind of blocking a little bit, but at the top of the hill, I wasn't trying to pass him, but I was trying to use my own brake point that I normally use, and he kind of stopped really hard, really short. And we ended up going off the track to try to avoid him. I guess I might have tapped him in the process somehow, and he ended up crashing, unfortunately, so I feel kind of crummy about that. But a few other people crashed out. I'm not exactly sure what happened in those situations, and that wasn't really pertaining to us at all. That was the only situation we had. And we had a few off tracks here and there that are really just down to practice level. Unfortunately, we just jumped into the race. We didn't even really practice at all, so I'm kind of happy about the overall. It just stinks that we ended up crashing into somebody. I hate when that happens, regardless of whose fault it is or anything like that. Just don't like it to happen, so I'm not gonna ignore that or pretend like that didn't happen, because it did. But yeah.
Okay, the race is over. Bring it on in. All clear. Punch it.
Edge of Tomorrow is on that TV. You stay with that, Crash. What should you do, Crash? Oh no. Oh no. Let's see. Let's catch up with some of these here. Crash said if he gets 20 likes, he will get a win. I think you will wait till Black Friday to resub for a year. What? All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining in. There's the race. I kind of do want to check here. Let's do want to check that one incident that we were involved in. I know it was very early on. Let's change the camera view. That's the only thing that stinks about having a dash. All right. So you can see he was kind of losing it there. We kind of stopped behind him because I couldn't suck it in time. I tried to here. But I just didn't have enough power to really get past him at this point. So then he stopped and we really got stuck behind him. I should have went wide, but I was afraid of going off the track. Again, that's an experience thing with the car. I'm not totally comfortable with it there. So we were still behind him here, coming up the hill. Yeah, I just barely got him. Oh, that stinks. Oh, man. See, I thought I avoided him, too. And it really kind of looked like I was coming in a little too hot. So, I think that was pretty much my fault. But I tried my best to avoid him. That stinks. And you know, it actually kind of looks like I missed him. I can't wait to the new damage models implemented everywhere. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't even hit him. Look at that. That's the closest we got. You know, and that's the old damage model still in effect with this car. The Skip Barber is the new damage model. Hopefully things like that will be a thing of the past. It might also be ping, latency, stuff like that that has to do with it. But I thought I missed him, and unfortunately that counted as a hit. So that stinks. That sucks that even happened. Anyway, all right, everyone. I'm CrashStarT Motorsports. Definitely subscribe if you don't hate me after that incident. And hit the reminder bell so you know when we're live streaming. We're working on completely overhauling the stream. Hopefully the stream quality was actually pretty good. What's my iRating to? You're somewhere around 1950. No, we're not that high. Only because we've been just really trying to get back into iRacing seriously recently. Let's see what we're at. But yeah, the stream, we're looking to completely overhaul. Well, not we're looking, we're actually working on it. I did download Streamlabs. We do have a template going. And it should be pretty nice when it's done. Let's just see what our iRating went up to. That was our first race this season. 1193 went up 60 points. So we didn't really have that much that we were needing to do to graduate to Class A. So it was only like a few races that I did towards the end of last season. So hopefully we'll get that iRating kind of rolling so we get to better splits and whatnot. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for joining in. It's definitely, it's worth doing when we got people who are like-minded kind of hanging out. And that's what honestly makes it fun for me. It's just hanging out with like-minded people. So everyone, again, hit the reminder bell so you know when the next stream is. Hopefully the next stream should have the new template, the new layout. I'm still working on things, trying to get things ported over to it. and trying to get things looking nice, get the music going and everything like that, and get the stream settings. And we also tried some stream output add-ons. So we did some research. There's some add-on coding that kind of helps as far as like look ahead, where it looks ahead a few frames and kind of adjusts different things. So I've gotten the green light the entire stream. So I think the stream quality was actually pretty darn good, hopefully. We are still running with the previews running, and I know there's a way to shut that off, the preview windows, to get a little bit more performance. Frame rates during the titles were actually pretty good. So if it still looks good after a few more streams, I'm going to share those settings with you guys and kind of let you know what I'm doing, because I know a lot of you guys stream too and make videos, and if that's really what's going to help us at all, hopefully it'll help you guys too. But everyone, again, thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.